Hello, welcome to another lessons by Ming. This is a lesson on distributive law for addition. Basically, this is about expansion, right? Expansion. And distribution here means that this A here is going to be distributed to the two terms inside the bracket. That is usually we've done this way: A times B is AB, and then A times C plus AC. And the A here can also have a negative sign. If you have negative A times B, so it's negative AB, and then negative A times C, that become negative AC. Now this A and B can be a number, or it can be a term, just like 3x squared, or C here, B and C here could also be an equation. For example, here 2x squared could be B, x minus 10, which is a polynomial linear equation, can be C, or alternatively 2x squared plus x can be B, and negative 10 can be C. And A here can be a number, a fraction, which is also a number, or it could be also an equation, in this case an expression, a linear expression, x plus 1 for example. This distribution here works the same if this the thing that you want to multiply is not in the left hand side but is on the right hand side. So for example here, A times C give you AC, and B times C give you BC. So these are the basic law for distributive law for addition. So let's see how we work. We're going to work on some examples. Alright, question number 1. Alright, we're going to distribute 5 to the first term. So it's 5 times 3x squared. So I've used a bracket instead of the multiplication sign for clarity purpose. Plus 5 times negative 6. Now you can see that this is prefer rather than having 5 times negative 6. This is an example of poor communication, because you cannot have a multiplication sign followed immediately by a negative sign. You don't see this in any textbook, so you shouldn't write this. This is not conventional. Instead, use a bracket, for example, like this. So 5 times 3 is 15 x squared. 5 times negative 6 is minus 30. Alright, next one. So I want to distribute the first term, negative half, to the first term. So I'm going to write it step by step. Bracket negative 1 over 2 times 2x squared. Right. Bracket plus bracket negative half times x. That's the second one. And then third one is this one, which is I don't have enough space here, so I'm going to take up some of the space here. Negative plus negative half times negative 10. Okay, so here negative half times 2 give me 1, so it's negative x squared. Here I get negative half x, or negative x over 2. Here negative become positive, so positive half times 10, that's a 5. So that's my answer. Right, next one. So now I move from the left hand side to the right hand side. So x squared times negative 3x. So I'm going to write x squared times negative 3x. I'm again use bracket for clarity purpose. And then minus 6x times negative 3x. And then next one is plus 7 times negative 3x. It would be nicer if I can put it here, but the thing is that I need this space later on. So this will give me negative 3x cubed plus negative 6 times negative 3, that will be 18. X times x give me x squared. 7 times negative 3 minus 21 and x. And then I'm done. Right, for question number 4, 5 and 6, can you please give it a try before you resume? So you can pause now, and once you finish, press the play button again and check your answer. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so this x times x give me x times x, and then next x times negative 5, so plus x times negative 5, and then plus 1 times x, and then 1 times negative 5. Alright, so I will have x squared minus 5x plus x, and then minus 5. Simplifying this means I get x squared minus 4x and minus 5. That's it. Alright, did you get this right? If yes, excellent. If not, study this example and then redo this again later. Alright, now for question number 5. Well, question number 5 is exactly the same as before. So I will have the first term here, 2x distributed to 4x. So 2x times 4x, I'm using bracket for clarity, and then plus 2x is now distributed to the next one, times negative 1, and use the bracket for negative value, plus negative 3 times 4x. So because I have a plus here, I cannot put a negative immediately after the plus, so I have to use the bracket times 4x, and then plus negative 3 times negative 1. Notice I use bracket here as well. So the answer to this will be 2 times 4, that will be 8. X times x, x squared. Plus 2 times negative 1, negative 2x. Negative 3 times 4, that will be negative 12x. And then negative 3 times negative 1, that will be 3. So simplifying this a little bit more will become, we have 8x squared minus 2 times 2 minus 2 minus 12, that will be minus 14, x plus 3. So here, alright, we have a is given as this quadratic equation, b is another quadratic equation. I need to find b minus 2a. So you can write b minus 2a, and b here, I'm going to use a big bracket for b, so 3x squared plus x minus 6 bracket, and then minus 2, another bracket, and inside this bracket I'm going to put a, which is 2x squared plus 5x plus 1. Now I'm going to open the bracket, so this is just basically everything in here times 1 outside the bracket. You can be on the left hand side or the right hand side, doesn't really matter. Basically we just copy for the first part. Now the next part, negative 2 times 2x become negative 4x squared. Negative 2 times 2x squared become negative 4x squared. Negative 2 times 5x plus 5x become negative 10x. And then negative 2 times 1, that become negative 2. So now we group all the terms with the same degree. That is x squared degree number 2. So 3 minus 4 x squared plus 1 minus 10 x, and then plus minus 6 minus 2. So 3 minus 4, they give me minus 1. Since it's 1, I don't really have to write the 1, so I just write the sign negative x squared. 1 minus 10, negative 9x. This will be minus negative 6, negative 2 will be negative 8. So here's the answer. And if you cannot remember the rules, then just apply this principle. That is, term by term, you distribute them and then you will always get an answer like this. Right.